All right, hey guys. So today we're talking about different types of regression. So because we are doing regression here, you want to make sure that you have your graphing calculator pulled up. If you have one on hand, or if you get the online one, or that free download of that TI-84 Plus calculator the link that I sent y'all on my website, you're gonna need that. Okay, so first let's review over linear and quadratic regression. So it says the data below shows the average student loan debt accumulated by college graduates during certain years since 1996. Write an equation for the line of best fit, which means it's going to be linear, then estimate the average student loan debt for a student graduating in 2020. Okay, so remember whenever you're doing this and you need to plug it into your stat edit, you can't have years, so you've got to change the first year to year 0. 2000 is 4 years from 1996. 2004 is 8 years from 1996. 2008 is 12 years from 1996. And 2009 is 13 years from 1996. Then plug those numbers on your stat edit, okay? And then you want to go to calc. You click stat again, go to calc, and we're talking about linear. It says lines, so we're talking about linear regression. So go down to linear regression and enter through, and you're gonna end up with this equation right here. After you do that, they asked us to find what the estimated average student loan debt would be in 2020. Well, 2020, excuse me, 2020 is 24 years from 1996. So they're asking us to plug in 24 for the X value and solve that. So this right here, you just want to do 830.29 times 24 plus 13,045.89. Okay, add that together and you will get we're talking about money here. So $32,972.85 is going to be our answer. Okay. On the next one, it says Dan hit a golf ball from the top of the hill. The height of the ball after each second is given in the table below using a quadratic model. So they tell you which model you're using. Okay, so whenever you do the calc, you're talking about quadreg. Write an equation for the curve of best fit, then estimate the height of the ball after 5 seconds. Okay, because we don't have years or anything, you can actually just type it in just like this on your stat edit. You don't have to change any numbers. And remember, you're doing quadreg, and this is the equation that you're going to get. Then they're looking for when the time is 5, what is the height? So plug 5 in for your X values, type that in your calculator, and you're gonna end up getting 16.28 feet as your answer. Okay, so some new ones here. We're talking about cubic and quartic. You're still doing the same stuff, except this time you're just going to use cubic reg or quartic reg. And like I said, it will tell you which model you need to use. So it says the Millennium Force at Cedar Point is one of the world's most popular roller coasters. The table below shows the average number of people in line at each hour after the park opens. Use a cubic model to find an equation for the curve of best fit, then estimate the number of people in line 6 hours after the park opened. Okay, so plug this in your stat edit, get your equation. Then it wants us to find when our X value is 6, what's our Y value? So plug your 6 in for your X's. And because we're talking about people, you want to round to the nearest whole number, which is going to be 75 people. Okay, flip over to the other side. This says, on the first day back to school after winter break, 20 students were absent from school due to illness. The table below shows the number of students absent from school on certain days since returning from winter break due to illness. Use a quartic model to find an equation for the curve of best fit. Then estimate the number of students absent 9 days after returning from break. Okay, so you don't have to change anything, so type that in on your stat. Okay, get your equations, quartic model. After that, they want us to find when our X is 9, what's our Y value? So plug the 9 in for the X's and solve that. And we're still talking about students. So you want to round to the nearest whole number, which is 26 students. Okay, number 5, it says the table below shows the average minimum wage during certain years since 1955. Use a cubic model to find an equation for the curve of best fit, then estimate the minimum wage in 2025. So we have years, so we need to change those. So the first one's going to be 0. 1961 is 6 years from 1955. 67 is 12 years from 55. 74 is 19 from 55. So on and so forth through 23, 25, and 35. Okay, type that in. You're going to end up getting this as your equation. Then they want us to estimate when it's 2025, which is 70 years from 55. So when our x is 70, what's our y value? So plug 70 in, and you're going to end up getting 1895. Okay, the last one here says the table below shows the opening value of a stock index on the first day of trading during certain years since 1988. Use a Quartic model to find an equation for the curve of best fit, then estimate the value of the stock index in 2010. So once again, you have to change your years. Okay, they want us to find the equation. It's a Quartic model, so Quartic reg. Okay, then 2010 is 22 years from 88. So plug 22 in for the x values and solve, and you're going to end up getting $124,195.99 as your answer. Okay. All right. So this is linear, quadratic, cubic, and quartic regression. And just make sure that you have your calculator. You have to have a graphing calculator to be able to do the stat on there. Okay.